Now, I know I just went to a card show this summer, but I can't help but think about all the other amazing, beautiful, and fantastic card arts that I would love to add to my personal collection. But there's just a slight problem I have. I'm broke. If only there was a type of Pokemon card out there that was somehow cheaper than the English counterparts, had better quality, and even better texturing. Oh wait, I'm just thinking about. Now, while I do plan to go to a card show again eventually, I don't want to wait to have to buy Japanese Pokemon cards. Thankfully, there's a sponsor of today's video, JPFans. JPFans is a proxy shopping platform that lets you buy authentic Japanese Pokemon cards, booster boxes, and other Pokemon products straight from Japanese online marketplaces including Mercari, Rakuten, and Surigaya. They package your items for you, and they also handle international shipping, storage, and quality checks as well. Now, I'm going to be getting this booster box of Abyssal Eye, which is the Japanese version of Pitch Black, because I'm really chasing that Mega Darkrai and Morpeko, and I think they would look just so good in Japanese. But of course, I would also have to get some Japanese exclusive promos as well, including one of my all-time favorites, the McDonald's Pikachu promo, dude. It is just so cute. Like, I've wanted this for so long since I've seen it. And of course, I have to get some Pokemon plushes as well. So I'm also getting this Glaceon keychain straight from the Japanese Pokemon Center. And dude, as you guys know, I already have these other two of Oshawott and Totodile that I got when I went to Japan. They're just so darn cute, and I can't wait to add the Glaceon to my collection as well. They have other Japanese items as well, including anime products, manga, and figurines. Now, international shipping can be pricey, but luckily JPFans has a built-in international shipping calculator, so you can see exactly how much it would cost to ship your items and you aren't blindsided by the costs. And even better, if you use my referral link in the description below, you'll get $86 worth of shipping coupons, so you guys can go ahead and get your hands on those Pokemon goodies. And thank you again for JPFans for sponsoring this video. Now, for all my English-loving Pokemon fans out there, please wait before you drop your comments down below until the end of the video and just hear me out. Now, I think there are 3 huge reasons why Japanese Pokemon cards are better for collectors. That is the overall lower price of the card, the better card quality, and lastly, the attention to detail. Price is one of the biggest reasons I vouch for Japanese Pokemon cards, and the difference is absolutely insane. For example, let's take a look at one of the best Pokemon SIR cards coming straight from Ascended Heroes, the Mega Gengar SIR card, dude. This card is so peak. It is perfection. I love Gengar, dude, and this card is so beautiful. The artwork is amazing with the different smokes and fires, and Mega Gengar just chilling there looking menacingly. It is such a good card. The artwork is crazy. And because of this, also because it's really hard to pull, the price tag is $1,080. It is more than one band. Now, if I were to ask you how much you think the Japanese version of this card costs, you'd probably be like, you know what? It's probably like $800, maybe $700. Because think about it. The only difference between the English and the Japanese cards is literally just the language. Instead of English, it is in Japanese characters. The artwork is the exact same and actually even better, but we'll get to that later. But purely as like a change of the language, how much do you think the price discount is? Again, this is $1,080. Keep that answer in your mind. Take a look. This card in Japanese is $412. It is less than 50%, dude. It is less than a half off for the Japanese version of this card. The exact same card, the exact same amazing artwork that makes it goated. It's just in Japanese, and it is way cheaper. Now, I have another question for you, right? How much do you think a PSA 10 Mega Gengar SIR is in Japanese? Think about it. Obviously, it's going to be more than $412, right? But surely it would be way more closer to like the $1,082 range, right? For the English one, like, you know, maybe $800, $900 for a PSA 10 Mega Gengar with the same exact artwork, super clean, just different characters. No, dude, it is $580. You could damn near buy 2 PSA 10 Japanese versions of this card for the same price as one raw single. It is very close, by the way. I drop another $100, I think you're there. And it's just absolutely crazy. Like, even I didn't know it was that big of a gap for this card. Now, I know you might be thinking that this is like an extreme case and it can't be applied to all Japanese Pokemon cards. And while you're right, it applies to the majority of them. Let me take another example, okay? Another top hit in the Mega Evolutions era is the Mega Gardevoir SIR card from Mega Evolutions. And it is one of my top cards of this era of all time. I love this card so much. The artist, the artwork, it is beautiful. It is splendid. And it comes raw around $200, right? $194 rounded up. And you know what? I understand. I get that price tag. And $200 is not even that bad for a card, especially compared to like the Mega Gengar, which is like, what, 5 times that amount? But how much do you think the Japanese version of this card costs, right? English one's $200. Japanese, $120. You get $80 off for the same exact artwork with the only difference being the language. And again, as a testament, the PSA 10 version of the Japanese Mega Gardevoir you can get for $168. $168, and it is still cheaper by like almost 30-40 bucks than the English version of the card raw, by the way. And you know what? The PSA 10 version of this card was such a good deal that even I had a copy, okay? I got this at my last card convention this summer, PSA 10 Japanese Mega Gardevoir. It is just so sick. It is so beautiful. And as a comparison, if I wanted the English version of PSA 10, I would have to drop almost $385 for the PSA 10 for the exact same card, just different artworks. You're getting this for less than $200 off, by the way. Same slab, same assurance quality from PSA, 200 bucks less. It is absolutely crazy. Now, I know what you might be saying. How about we look at like, a less expensive card, right? Like something not so crazy as like the Mega Gengar and Mega Gardevoir. Okay. How about we take a look at the more Peko SR that just came up with Pitch Black, and the English raw version of this card is going for $98. Okay, $98. And to be honest, dude, I love this Morpeko SIR. It just might be my top chase of the set, low key. Is it that and Mega Dark are really fine, but I just love this artwork so much. I would love to pull this card, just look at him. Oh my goodness, the artwork, the action frames, the trash around the card, so beautiful, so cool. But again, English, could I really justify dropping $100 for this card? Like 100? Probably not. But in Japanese, you're just asking for a $43, less than a half off than their English. $43 for the same exact card, if not better, by the way. Again, we'll get to that later. Dude, absolute steal. And I must admit, the PSA 10 for this card in Japanese is about $160. It is about $160. The set just came out. People are still grading it. Not as huge much supply, etc., etc. And it is more expensive than their English counterpart. But it is still way cheaper than the English PSA 10 version of this card. Because what do you mean? An English PSA 10 of the Morpeko SR is almost $600, $561. Like this is what, a third of the price? Damn near. Like that's crazy. Now there are a variety of reasons why Japanese Pokemon cards are just so much cheaper than their English counterparts. With one of the big reasons being that for every single Japanese booster box you get of a set, that booster box will guarantee come with one secret rare or higher rarity card in it, alongside 3 art rares, which are basically Japanese illustration rares. These booster boxes are also just cheaper than the English counterparts as well, so that drives prices down. And there's just more demand in the English Pokemon card market than the Japanese one. But you know what? Regardless of the reasons, I'm all here for it, baby. Give me those cheap cards. I mainly collect Pokemon cards for the artwork, and I think that the Scarlet and Violet era and Mega Evolution era sets have some amazing and beautiful Pokemon artworks that I really love to get my hands on. So if I'm able to get these amazing artworks at a greatly reduced price, with the only difference being that the language on the card is something I can't read, I'm all for it. And you know what? Honestly, sometimes I think I prefer the Japanese version of the card compared to the English one, because I think the Japanese one just has so much aura. Something about, the whole franchise coming from Japan originally just makes the cards look so much cooler. Like, for example, the Mega Charizard from Phantasmal Flames is such a peak card. It's probably one of the best Mega Charizard cards out there. But dude, in Japanese, that card just has a little bit more aura. Like if you get it, you get it. If you don't understand, but dude, I get some chills, bro. Now, another big reason that I prefer Japanese Pokemon cards is just the quality, and I know you've experienced this firsthand. You probably have opened an English Pokemon pack before, are going through the cards, see something shiny in the back, maybe even a top hit. You pull the last card off, see the top chase of the card from your favorite set with your favorite Pokemon with an amazing artwork that you love, only to realize that the centering is dog shit. Awful. The centering is awful. Now, the poor quality of English Pokemon cards is pretty well known. Like, I'm sure you've heard on like Discord, you've seen images of some god-awful centering for some of these cards. Like, it is absurd. This is also why graded English Pokemon cards, especially like PSA 10s or Tag 10s, are way more expensive than their Japanese counterparts, because it is so hard to find a very good quality, non-shop, good-centered English card to grade in the first place. Well, in the meantime, Japanese Pokemon cards look like pristine 10s like 90% of the time. It just makes it that much more crazy that Japanese Pokemon cards are cheaper than their English counterparts, despite just having better quality overall. Now, if you never opened a Japanese booster box before, I recommend that you do to experience what I'm talking about, because 1, they're cheaper, but 2, when you pull those art rares or SIR hits from the pack, you will automatically realize like the centering and the quality of these cards are just out of this world, especially comparing to your most recent English Pokemon pack. Now, another thing I'm going to argue is that Japanese Pokemon cards have way better artworks than their English counterparts. And I know what you're immediately thinking, like, what do you mean, Gummy? You just mentioned earlier that the only difference between Japanese and English Pokemon cards is just the language. Aren't they the exact same artworks? And yes, most of the time the artworks between these two cards are the exact same. Besides when it comes to the most important and impactful cards in the set, the top hit SIR cards. Japanese special rares have a deeper embossing on the card and more of like a fingerprint detail and texture to it as well, which just makes these top cards go absolutely crazy. Now, my brother always told me this, but you know, I was like, yeah, sure, I'm sure they're all like better, but like I want the English ones. Until I managed to pull both the SIR and SIR Kyurem from Black Bolt, and dude, I immediately noticed the difference. And once you notice the difference, it's really hard to go back. Like, I literally pulled both of the Pokemon cards and identified them side by side, and dude, the difference is night and day. And unfortunately, I can't show you the English one. I traded that to my brother for him to finish his Gen 5 binder. But I'm gonna go ahead and show you the Kyurem SIR as well as my other Japanese SIR cards because, dude, the texturing on them is so crazy. Like, I cannot believe that I've missed out on these cards for so long. And you know what? Just imagine like the English versions of these cards carrying over the detail. Like, that would just make the cards like the Mega Gengar, Mega Charizard, even like Mega Darkrai, and like other amazing SIR cards just that much cooler and sick. Like, it's just such a shame that we don't have this in the English version. Now, there's another difference between the Pokemon cards, and it's actually the artwork on the back of the card. It's mostly kind of like a personal preference. So for the English card, obviously, you have the iconic blue border with the Pokemon ball in the middle opening up with the Pokemon and the white swirls around it. You know what? It's very iconic. Like, I can't hate it. I grew up with this card as well. But then you have the Japanese version of the card, and dude, I low-key prefer it. Like, look at this artwork. First off, you got the different dots representing different energies and types of Pokemon. With the Pokeball opening up and with light coming out of it, I think it looks way cooler. Kind of got like the yellow border on it as well. And you know what? In my humble opinion, I think I prefer this more than the English one. Now, again, this is mostly personal preference, but in my opinion, I like the Japanese one more because it looks a little bit more hand-drawn and a little bit more art in it, like a little more pop of color. And again, I prefer it. If you like the blue one, again, can't blame you. Obviously, for me, like I mentioned before, it is heavily nostalgia on my part from my childhood, but it's another small little difference in the artwork. Now, for someone who plays a TCG, loves being able to read their own Pokemon cards, and just is a price chaser, by all means, keep on buying English Pokemon cards. I'm not here to stop you. But if you never really give it much thought, I highly recommend you look for the Japanese equivalents for your favorite Pokemon cards because, again, your binder and your wallet will thank you. It's just overall lower price, lower barrier to entry, better quality overall, and way better texturing and detail, especially on the top hits of the set. Again, once you notice all that, it's really hard to go back to just buying English only. Now, I'm also going to show you some other cards that I really do want, but I can't afford in English, but in Japanese, that's a price I can look for. Starting with the Bubble Mew, the iconic Bubble Mew, such a cute artwork, a classic Paldean Fate's top chase. And for raw in English, it is going for $1,013. In Japanese, half of that, $511. Just think about it, you can get this card half off just because it has different language. And honestly, dude, I like the Japanese on this more. I think it fits more of the cutie vibe, like the Rattata, the Poliwhirl, Bellsprout, the Mew itself. I just think it looks a little bit better, you know? I think it looks a little bit better in Japanese. Another card that I think looks way better in Japanese is the Paldean Fate's Charizard. Obviously, classic, goated card by my goat Akiragawa. We love Akiragawa in this household. And the price for this card is about $287. In Japanese, it isn't as big of a discount. It does come in $225, but dude, I think the Japanese letters with the card go absolutely nuclear. Like just the difference, dude. Like, come on. Like, come on. You kind of see what I'm saying? If this one has way more chills than this one. Like, no flame to English or anything, but dude, the Japanese is just, oh my God, there's something about it. I think it matches the artwork just all way better than the English one. Now, another card, and this is kind of crazy, is the Roaring Moon SIR from Prismatic Evolutions. I really love this artwork. I'm not a big fan of like the ancient and future Pokemons that much, but dude, I love this artwork, the way they portray the Roaring Moon, like the clouds, the stars like shooting past them. Such a cool, interesting, and dope artwork. And for raw in English, it's 171. Stay with me now. In Japanese, this card goes for $37. Round it up, 37. Like, it is what, 3, 6, 9, 12, 50. It is 1/5 of the price. It is 20% the price of this around, if my math is right. But dude, it's absolutely crazy. Like, this is ridiculous, bro. Like, this is what I'm talking about for the discounts. Like, you just can't beat it. You cannot, like, the fact that, would you rather buy this or buy like 5 of these, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, just buy the one of this. Save your wallet will thank you. And it looks so dope. Again, the only difference being the language. And lastly, a card that I really want out of my collection is the Rainbow Pikachu from Ascended Heroes. And I will stand on business here. This Pikachu is better than the Trikachu. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it because I don't hear anyone else saying it. This Pikachu is way better than the Trikachu. It's so much cuter. I love the rainbow, the sparkly, the cracked effects on the Pikachu. And it goes for $370.36 in English. The Japanese version, $273. Again, not a huge gap. Not every single Japanese version of the English card will be like an extreme price gouge, like compared to like the Bubble Mew or like the Roaring Moon here. But dude, by almost always, it is at a cheaper price. I think that the one time it's not even a hold on. Is the Phantasmal Flames Charizard a cheaper price? Like I know there are a couple of cards that do go more in Japanese than they do English. Yeah, so for example, the Mega Charizard X in English is about $693. In Japanese is actually more expensive at $716. Now, I'm not entirely sure why this is, but I feel like, iconic Pokemon and dude, again, I'm going to say it. The Japanese characters on this card are but it just looks so much cooler. Like, again, no flame to English, okay? Love me some English, but dude, Japanese, chills, bro. Absolute chills. Oh my God. I mean, either way, I'm gonna have to cough up $700 for this card. So, you know what? I'm gonna hope and pray out that I'll pull into some random Phantasmal Flames pack because boy, I ain't paying $700 for no card. Thank you so much for watching. For JPFans for sponsoring this video. Let me know down in the comments below if you prefer collecting English or Japanese Pokemon cards. Again, no hate if you like English Pokemon cards. I just think that Japanese Pokemon cards from like a collectability standpoint are just not talked about enough. Especially for like new people coming into the hobby who see like these astronomical prices that they just can't afford. If you watched this far in the video, that means you at least kind of enjoyed it. So why don't you leave a like, subscribe, and I'm going to go and point you to the 30th anniversary review video that I did, seeing all the lead cards for the next set, the big 30th anniversary set. And to be honest, I low-key kind of hate it.